Hey guys, back again with another Fiend hunt. This time we're looking at Talos from the for Roxy's Mushoku Tensei event. I've got my teams here. I'll go over them briefly. For Team 1, I've got Therese, Rephathea, Celia, Eclipse, and Roxy. For potentials, the only potentials I have that are new is for Rephathea, for her grid here to increase her range, and then for Roxy, I potentialed everything here. Now you don't have to do this, but I did this for damage. Now the ones that from this team, the ones that are basically required, I would say, is the Rephathea one. The Roxy ones are not. For the potentials for Team 2, Diana, Lethal, Zenith, Rafina, and Sylvia, I didn't pick up any new potentials for any of them this time. So let's get into it. So turn 1, we're going to buff with Therese, use Wedding Rafina, Rephathea, nothing for Celia. We're going to do Bunny Eclipse, and we're going to do Succubus Roxy here. As you see, what we did there is we triggered the conditional, so you have to hit more than 14 or more times, and this gives us a buff here. So we're going to move on to the next turn. So this time we're going to buff with Refi's base costume. I'm going to do the knockback. You don't have to do this here, but it is nice. You get extra SP to use. And then we're not gonna do anything with these two here this turn. We're gonna do only Roxy. We're gonna to save SP. Because then we want to prevent ourselves from hitting more than 7. Because if we hit more than 7, this triggers. We don't want that to happen just yet. Okay, so now that we've done that, move her there. We're gonna buff with Rephathea, use Bunny Celia. And go. Okay, now we're going to adjust our team here. Again, we're going to buff for Refi, Therese, base Celia, Bunny Eclipse, and then base Roxy. This is your max damage round here. Since now both of the cooldowns are triggered, you get all the buffs. Here we go. Okay, so with that, this makes Celia, Eclipse, and Therese. They can't use skills for this turn. So all we're going to do for this turn, you're going to use Succubus Roxy and Wedding Rephathea to just get some extra damage and save on this SP here. Okay, so now, due to me not having the SP cost reduction for Rafina, I'm going to have to do something a little different. So if you have the SP reduction, you can select a Wedding Repethea and you're fine. But if you don't, I would recommend selecting this instead, the base Refi, so you get SP back instead. You're really not going to do that much damage anyways, so it's better just to save here. So this is your final attack, and after this you'll die. And Team 2 comes in. Okay, so now we've got Team 2. We're gonna buff Diana, Lethal, Zenith. We want to use the codename A, Rafina. If you don't have that, feel free to use the base Rafina. And then we're going to do Admiral Sylvia here. So while we're doing this, we're trying to trigger Doxus. This will hit all of our characters and give them the buff. Okay, we got the buff. Now we're going to reposition our characters a bit. So we want to save SP here and not hit more than 7, so the boss will actually hit us with their skill here. That applies us to allow up to, +1 to chains here. So, all right. So, okay. So now we're going to readjust our team here. Okay, so we are going to be triggering the Manicos here, the second conditional. So if we see here, Lethal will die if I don't do anything with him. So we're going to buff with the his Dark Knight skill. Now, if you don't have that, I don't really know at this time what you could do as a alternative. You could probably put on more armor to see if you can have him live, because I just have kind of the bare minimum on him currently. That would probably be the best case scenario, is just make sure he's properly geared with defense gear so he survives. So then we're going to do Zenith. We're going to do Gamer Rafina, and we're going to do Sylvia Sword Queen. And here we go. Okay, so now we're going to, again, we're going to buff with Lethal. We're going to do this. Okay, so again, if you do not have code Rafina, you can use either or here. I'm choosing to use the mechanical dive here. for the base costume, so she'll actually do a little bit more damage here. Alright, here we go.
Yeah.
Alright, now, as you see here, Lethal and Sylvia are both silenced for a turn, so we can move them to spots where it's not gonna... But Lethal's health is low, so we're gonna move him there, and we're gonna move Sylvia here. Now, it's a rebuff phase, so we're gonna buff with Diana, buff with Zenith, and then we're gonna attack with Rafina if you have the costume. If you don't, you do nothing. You do no attacking here. And you could probably just save SP and just rebuff. Okay, and for this is the final turn. Just gonna readjust a bit. Okay, here we go. All right, and so for the final turn here, we're gonna buff a Zenith, do Gamer Rafina, Sword Queen Sylvia, and then we're going to attack with Path of Vengeance Lethal at the very end here, since he's a one-hit character. Anyway, here we go. Alright, so that's how I did this fight, guys. I did 199 million damage, just a little shy of 200 million. Hopefully this was helpful for you all. Have a good day.